Here it is, the second evening. I got about 2 hours with the dozer working on this. I've got about half of it graded out. This ain't too bad. I was doing this at night. I ain't too bad for grading at night. But I got, I got to finish grading over this. I did all this last night in the dark. Let me get out of the damn sun, maybe you can see. About halfway down the field. Graded out all that nasty clay and got this topsoil. I'm taking this pretty topsoil and spreading it back across the field here. But I went and bought my grass seed today. I'll show you what I got. I bought 200 pounds of tall fescue and 100 pounds of orchard grass. That should be a good grazing. This will eventually all be a cattle field. I'm gonna put cows out here. So actually this grass is naturally coming up. It's not looking too bad. Bought 500 pounds of fertilizer. I said 200 pounds of the Kentucky 31 tall fescue, 96% pure. Let's see, I think it had a 85% germination rate or something. Yeah, that. And I got the orchard grass. It doesn't have a sticker yet, does. God, I like to pull that out and read that. Shit, it's got like 200 pounds of grass seed on top of it. Anyways, I got enough for about 2 acres. Yeah, and boy, I got about sticker shocked on this shit. The bill was about 600 bucks, but I got him G'd down to about 480. I figured that was a damn enough. I said this is just gonna be a field. Ain't gonna be my darn front yard. Ain't got to make it look too pretty. So I got to finish. It was pitch ass dark when I was spreading this out, so I just pushed it across here so it would start drying a little bit. But I'm getting a good, hell, I might be getting a good 6 to 8 inches of cover with the topsoil. That right there is going to spread out pretty thin, though. I got a big area to cover, but this is drying out better than I thought it would. It's holding the dozer it pretty good. I went down here where that big wet area was, and I took the excavator and dug a ditch. Kind of let some of that water drain out of the ground. I'm actually going to go get the dozer and see if I can go ahead and push this off. Push it back in. I mean, you see the excavator sunk down about 8 inches. It's just all that nasty crap where I buried all those ashes and all the topsoil. Yeah, you can see all the doggone water coming out of it. Yeah, I better not bring the dozer over here. I'm liable to get stuck. Which means I'm still going to bring it over here and try to get this graded out. Yeah, look at all the doggone water coming out right here. Ain't that some fantastic looking water? I might be grading this out with the excavator. Oh well, I'll blade off what I can, and I'll bring the excavator down here and spread the rest of it out and make it look as good as I possibly can. Because Saturday, Saturday morning, let's see, what is it, Thursday, I'm going to go get 100 barrels of straw and have a straw party. Put that out and put it on. I got the blower, so that shouldn't be too terribly bad. Probably about an hour and a half I'll get that knocked out. So it's definitely going to make this a lot nicer feel. It's going to look good with these big oak. Well, not big right now, but when they do fill out, have a little shade for the cows. Alright, burning daylight, I better get to it. Good Saturday morning. It's about 6:30 here, and I'm up and ready to go. I didn't get my topsoil spread yesterday like I wanted to. Mainly because I never made it down here. Come on. Control's a little funny. So, this is what I did Thursday. Somehow the very first video I took, I managed to delete it off my camera, so let me just redo what I'm doing, re-say what I'm doing, This is everything I cleared when I built the pond here at the farm, and this is where I hauled all the clay. It was about 300 truckloads, I think, and I took and I cleared this whole section of field off the side here. The tree line where these trees are is where the edge used to be, so I cleared all this off and dumped all that dirt in here. It sloped off pretty good to kind of level this field out and gave me a little more field. And I stripped all the topsoil off and had it stockpiled in a berm all up here, and I'm taking it now and spreading it back across. But in the last video I showed you that wet spot here. I was actually able to grade it all over the bulldozer. I drove right over top of it and it didn't really rut up too bad. It's a little wet on that edge, but if that's got to stay, it's got to stay a little wet. So I'm gonna get over here this morning and finish grading this bad dirt out, and then go ahead and finish pushing this topsoil across and get it all dressed up nice and pretty and get some seed put on it. And also bought 100 bales of straw yesterday. Now I have all the topsoil spread out and kind of graded in, and I backbladed a little bit to kind of get it smoother with no track marks in it. So I'm about ready now to put seed out. I'm gonna go ahead and I've been walking around picking up any stumps or logs or just junk that was mixed in with the topsoil, big rocks, and throwing them into the wood. So I'm gonna go up here and get my tractor. I got the seeder hooked onto it, and go ahead and fill that up and start putting some seed out. On the seed, I think it's 100 pounds to the acre for fescue, and I got 500 pounds of fertilizer. I'm planning on doing 2.5 acres. So what's that, about 200 pounds to the acre? Yeah, that'd be 200 pounds to the acre. So that'll kind of give me an idea. I think it's about 1.5 acres. It's hard to tell, it's so doggone long, but sometimes it looks bigger than it is, and then depends on where you stand, it looks bigger and or smaller. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and go ahead and get some straw down here before it starts raining. That way, if it does come a good little shower this weekend, it'll start sprouting up as warm as it's been. It's straw time now. I went and got 100 bales of wheat straw yesterday to put out over all that fresh dirt, and I got the blower. It's gonna be a little awkward here to blow until I get about a row off, but that's what 100 bales looks like. That'll be used to hold the moisture, that way the seed doesn't dry out and it'll sprout up a lot better. So it took about 2 hours with me and my neighbor, but we got all this strawed. Actually, it took about an hour and a half. We talked for a while. I started at 11, I was done at 1 after we got everything set up and everything. Put out right at 80 bales for all this. I think it turned out well. It's a little bumpy back there in the back where I seeded it with a tractor. It was a little wet, so it kind of pumped a little bit. But yeah, I've been in a rush to get all this done, and I've graded some around my pond up here, and I got 25 more bales to put out before it gets dark tonight. And they're calling for rain tonight or in the morning, so I wanted to get all this done. That way it's not a muddy mess. So I should add another 1.5 acres to the pasture, and that should be nice and pretty when it comes up.